Hey YouTubers and fellow toy train lovers, I want to show you something I just acquired. I've always been a big fan of the Black Widow motif, which is, you will see here, the black train with the silver and the orange down below stripes on the Southern Pacific Alcos and F units. And this is a K-line. I could not find this in Lionel. You can get them in the big F units. They're too large for my layout, and they're also rather expensive. And I have one other K-line. I know the good parts and the bad parts about them, and I prefer Lionel, but they K-line are good trains, particularly these older ones. Now, believe it or not, this is 25 years old, and I got it new in the box. From eBay. There's the wrapping paper, or sealing paper, whatever they want to call it. A lot of people may not know it, but if you find somebody who's, you find an item on eBay that you like, and it's buy it now, save it. And sometimes, what I mean by saving it, there's a button you can just simply click watch this item, and sometimes the owner will come back and drop it $20. Well, the owner on this dropped it $30, which brought it down to $129 for the pair, which I thought was very reasonable. It's got two can motors, and the can motors run from side to side inside the trucks. They do not go into the shell. It's got working couplers, unlike the Lionel. It's even got them at the back. And they're, what I mean by working couplers, you can't work them remotely unless they're on a remote section of track. But both cabs are lit. It's got a plastic windshield, big deal. Got a lens here over one of the portholes that Lionel does not have, and it has two ridiculously large horns on each unit, where Lionel has the one, they're plastic, as one nice metal horn. That's a Lionel 210 Texas Special you're looking at. And the difference in the drive systems are, as I told you, this has two DC can motors. It runs through a board. There's a rectifier in the board which converts AC in the track to DC for the motors. And there's also a 3-position E unit in the board. And this has the old-fashioned E unit, but it also has the 3-position. It's one of the last Lionel Alcos that did, before they went over to 2-position. And this also has 2-axle magnet traction at the rear of the engine. But they're both I think they're both equally good pullers. I even hooked my meter up to the track while I was running them at the same speed, and the K-line was using about 6.7 to 6.9 volts, and the Lionel was using a little over 10, which is typical for Lionel. So let's run this by you. Now it's a neutral. Now I don't know, it's probably going to go in reverse. Yes, reverse, neutral, forward. Also show you, as you probably know now from watching my films, I have a very large collection of the plug door 8-inch box cars, and this is the last one I believe Lionel will ever make. Made about 5 years ago. It's uncatalogued. It's 6014X, and the reason it was uncatalogued, it was called an add-on, and they gave you 2 pieces of their new track and 2 other cars with it. So it basically had a part number for the whole set that you were getting. And I just saw this on one of the Facebook groups. Someone was showing their 9046. This is a true value. I did not know of its existence. So I did find one. I did the same thing I did with the SPs. I put it in my watch list, and the guy came down a couple of bucks. So there. I saved a little money there. You're not going to pay much more than 25 bucks with shipping for these things, unless you purchase something like the Wix. Which is $200 to $250. I found this in a junk box at a train show, and all it was a shell, and everything was marked down to 20 bucks. And I couldn't believe it was in there. And I said to the guy, I was trying to be honest, I said, how much do you want for it? And to give him a chance to look at it and realize what he was selling. And he said, oh, that doesn't even have a frame or wheels or couplers. You can have it for I think it was like 8 or 10 bucks. And I said, no, I'll pay the it said 12 bucks for anything in the box. I'll pay the 12 bucks. And I came home and I had an original post-war frame and wheels and couplers for it. So came out all right. But now we're kind of off subject. I'm going to run this. SP Black Widow. Run this Lionel. And it's going through its cycling C unit. Don't have to run them fast. You seem a lot better. I run them slow. front of that Black Widow sure is beautiful. Okay, let's shut them down. And I'm very happy with this little set here, particularly for as little as I paid for it. Now, if that board ever goes out, I can get another rectifier and still run those two can motors. They'll only run in forward. If I wire it correctly, it'll run in forward. And it'll last forever. So anyway, thanks for watching. And this has been my second film since I've gotten out of the hospital. And it only took me about 5 takes to remember everything, like I'd forgotten what the word rectifier was. I think they had me on 2 good painkillers. At any rate, this has been a Big Lizard production, and thanks for watching, and bye-bye.